Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am streaming this from TikTok, so if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to check out my other platforms. All right, now we're going to be getting into a message. I don't know what the message is going to be about. For some reason, I feel like it has something to do with your connections, your own energy as well. So let's go ahead and see what the message is going to be. All right. Okay. Thank you for double tapping the screen. Welcome in. If you guys are not going to stay for the whole message, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. I just got done doing another reading on my backup account, so if you want to go follow that account, you can. I believe it's the exact same as my original name, but it's just another A at the end, or it's a period in between the E and the N. I'm not sure. I be forgetting. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Being called to sage. So a lot of you guys, you may be encouraged to cleanse your energy, your space. Whether it's a spiritual bath, whether you're saging up everything, Palo Santo, Florida water, whatever you use. Maybe even emotional, mental, etc. cleansing and clearing. Yeah. Healing for sure. I'm thinking of my sound bowl, so sound bowl healing could be significant. All right. Some of you guys could have been dealing with people who weren't in the best energy. You may have felt like they were karmics. You yourself may have been in this karmic, right, energy. Maybe you were operating from a space of trauma and pain, you know. So let's see what's going on. What is the message here for the collective? Cleansing the energy within and around me. I return the previous collective's energy back to them, and I return my energy back to me. Thank you, thank you. Gratitude, gratitude. What is the message here for the collective? Thank you for double tapping the screen. If you guys could double tap the screen, send in gifts, follow if you would like. That would be great. What is the message here for the collective? What is the message here? Okay, off rip, somebody is pregnant, honey. Now, for some, it could be fake news. Or maybe somebody's going to think it's fake. I'm seeing that this has something to do with maybe a love child. Like a child that was conceived by two people who weren't married. Or maybe a child who was conceived from a connection that probably shouldn't have been happening. I can't really think of the professional term right now. Maybe this is somebody who sweet talk you. You could have seen their true colors in some type of aspect, or maybe that's what you call it. And I feel like somebody's having massive regrets, or maybe you've done something, acted out a certain way. Because like I said, the karmic ties or karmic, yeah, maybe this has something to do with both of you guys. Maybe both of you guys did something, said something. They probably gave toxic or had to teach somebody to learn how to love themselves a lot more, and maybe this sparked up some type of massive regret in you or the other person, or both. This is someone that you have a love child with. Maybe you found out about a workplace affair, or maybe you're having a workplace affair. Past, present, future energy could be significant. Maybe you are a victim of this, and I don't want to say victim, okay, because we don't like to victimize ourselves, you know. A lot of times we're in control of our own life, and we're most definitely 100% included in the choices that we make, the people that we talk to, etc. And I'm not putting the blame on you or anything. If you knew better, you would do better, you know. But maybe this was somebody who you worked with, you know. That's probably why it's an affair. Somebody who you probably were talking to secretively, or maybe somebody was taken, which I don't condone in, but I'm just giving the message. Confirm this workplace affair. Confirm wish. Yeah, I feel like somebody could have, once again, could have operated out of haste, or they could have done something, whether they talked to another person, juggled you, or whether it has nothing to do with that and somebody said something that probably hurted your feelings, or maybe this is your own energy. You did something, said something, like I said in the beginning. And somebody's just having like massive regrets. Like, I don't know why I'm picking up on the energy of tempted, was just tempted to do something. Whether it was in the midst of anger and they just said something that they probably couldn't take back. Or did something that probably just ruined a connection. And maybe this was just in some type of workplace. It didn't necessarily have to be your own personal workplace. But it could have been where somebody, you know, like say for instance a gym, right? People work there. Could have been in the gym, an office, school. Like, it really all depends on who you are. Because, you know, just take it how it resonates. If you know that that doesn't apply to you with this workplace affair, and then you got to switch it around a bit, then you do that. Queen Bee on the back. Secure, confident, boss, career focused. You could be in this energy right now, or you could be coming into this energy, or you could be encouraged to embody this energy. Like, be more secure within yourself. Be more confident. All right, because you're a boss. Be more career focused. Or, like I said, you're already in this energy. Yeah, somebody's not happy. Could be you. Could be somebody else. Confirm not happy. Yeah, it's like the mood, their emotions just be like up and down. All right. I'm seeing off and on, hot and cold, detached, ghosted. Maybe somebody's not happy because they got ghosted. Maybe somebody's not happy and that's why they're hot and cold. Or maybe somebody's not happy because of the off and on energy that's being given. Maybe even a third party could be jealous of something, especially because now someone is pregnant. Maybe somebody could have been telling two people the same thing. And I don't really want to focus mainly on those type of energies. I want to mainly focus on, yeah. But you're being encouraged to unleash your kindest self. I know you've been through a lot in your past, even in your present, hell. But you're being encouraged to unleash your kindest self. A lot of people, they don't mean to hurt you. That's why I brought up the karmic ties. Maybe you've done something, another person has done something that wasn't the best, and it just had sparked up you guys needing to focus in on yourself and love yourself a little more. Especially because of maybe your own actions, and not necessarily just because, oh, this person hurt you, it's time to love yourself. But it can really be either way. Somebody's trying to stop drinking. They're trying to get out of this toxic lifestyle, but I'm seeing that they're still in it. Maybe they don't know if they want to give it up or not. Maybe somebody was trying to get back into it after taking a break from it. But drinking, toxic lifestyle came out. Yeah, somebody probably received some type of bad news. Maybe somebody should stop drinking as well, or they're going to receive some type of bad news. You know that don't really do anything for your health, right? This bad news can be in many, many ways. Maybe somebody knowing that you're pregnant was bad news to them. Maybe it was bad news to you. Okay? It all really depends. Confirm bad news. We got left on red, no contact, no closure, left you hanging. Somebody could have left you hanging. Maybe that was something that probably stirred up, like, you know, the feeling of rejection, abandonment, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe when this person did this, if this is not your energy, then maybe this kind of made you feel like, oh my gosh, this is bad. Especially if you have a child by them. Now, all of these don't have to go in hand. It could be talking about different stories and pieces of information, or this can be one whole situation. So if it's one whole situation, somebody's probably drinking while pregnant, or their partner or whoever they're pregnant by is probably drinking because maybe they're not as happy with the pregnancy. Maybe they do certain things like cheat, have this workplace affair, and then later try to come in and sweet talk you. Maybe this is somebody that don't really give you closure. They don't contact you. They leave you on red, and it kind of ruins your day, your mood. It really all depends. You know, I wouldn't really resonate with that energy. So that's why I'm saying a lot of you guys probably not resonate with certain things. So just apply it to how it fits. Like if you know, oh, the pregnancy relates to me, then just take that. You know, don't take anything else. Okay? And a lot of things could be just confirming past energy. It could be talking about present energy, or it could be really something that hasn't happened yet, future. All right, we got addictions coming out. SEX, okay, addiction. Somebody has an addiction. So don't think just because somebody is having certain relations with you that it's making you feel special, because in reality, it's an addiction. It's not healthy. It's not good at all. And people with this type of energy could probably be doing this to more than one person. It's probably why the workplace affair is coming out here. So you want to be careful with that. Maybe they have a child that somebody doesn't know about that was conceived in a illicit or a way that, like, it just was forbidden, or it was just these people weren't married, weren't fully in love, just a promiscuous or casual connection, and now a baby is involved. Wish. Confirm wish. Maybe somebody could have been wishing bad credit or debt on you. They could have been wishing unemployment on someone. Just wishing things badly. Wishing a pregnancy on someone, or wishing that the pregnancy doesn't become successful. It could really be anything. People are vile. Yeah, somebody's blocked. We got spam calls or texts. Somebody could have blocked someone, left somebody hanging. Probably to go tend to a third party or something. Yeah, some secrets going on. Somebody living in this toxic lifestyle, but it's going to catch up with them. It's most definitely going to catch up with them. If you know you're doing something that's wrong, you need to stop. But if this is somebody else, maybe it's just confirming certain things for you. Only take what resonates. This whole entire message may not apply for everyone. All right, it says reckless love. So this is coming out again. Reckless. We got the addictions within this, the reckless stuff going on. So be mindful of catching diseases and finding out about pregnancies and yeah. I'm seeing something about massive regrets. So just be mindful. Don't take this information lightly, especially if it's resonating for you. Somebody is going to be like really in regret. And I feel like that's probably why somebody is going to try to be coming off all sweet and stuff. Because they know they did something wrong. Yeah. Something about a heartbreak. Backstab. Why is backstab coming out in the reverse? I feel like somebody don't really have any remorse, or they don't see this as detrimental as what it is. Like, for instance, this is something that's betrayal, backstabbing energy, but maybe this person doesn't really see it that way. And this could be the third party energy, like the Jezebel. That's what I'm saying. It brings me back to maybe somebody is telling two people the same thing. You're going to need to trust in your spiritual gifts. What are the secrets? What are the secrets? Some masculine energy. Maybe the divine masculine is going to be able to bring truth to this situation, or maybe this is gonna bring you in a awakening. Confirm the love child pregnancy energy. Yeah. Phony, trickster, illusions, fairy tale. Yeah, this is not what it seems for real. This is not what it seems. Confirm this backstab Jezebel energy. Yep. I feel it's too late for someone. Maybe somebody's already attached. Maybe it's just too late for something. What is it too late for? What is it too late for? Yeah, see, that karma is coming. It's too late. An ending is going to happen. Some type of loss, some type of mental breakdown. It sucks to have to give a message like this. I really was looking forward to giving like a different type of message, but confirm massive regrets. We got twin flames coming out. Maybe false twin flame energy for sure. All right, confirm blocks, spam calls, texts. Yep. Karmic ties. That's why it becomes so toxic, so disrespectful. Somebody's like, okay, no strings. Confirm. But yeah, from this workplace affair, I feel like for some of you guys, there's triggers, there's cycles, there's lessons. I feel like you're in this energy of trying to remain, like, trying to have faith. You're healing, you're doing meditation, you're praying. But the thing is, people have to want to be better. People have to want to do right by you. So I feel like you being in this round and round energy, I feel like it's only I feel like you're just gonna need to learn a lesson. But if you're the one that's doing all of this, then you're gonna go through major karma. But if you're the one that's the victim or the survivor, future survivor of this, you're gonna get your heart broken because you need to trust in your spiritual gifts. You're not trusting in your spiritual gifts, therefore you're still trying to stick around, and you wonder why it's a cycle, it's a pattern. You're trying to pray, you're trying to heal. It's fine to do all those things, but if you don't see any change within the connection, within the person, then it's kind of time to reevaluate things. Take a step back, refocus in on self, because there is some type of workplace affair going on. Confirm not happy. Somebody's literally not happy. This could be you, this could be them. Yeah, that's because they're feeling like crap. Somebody feeling like crap. And I feel like that's mainly because this person is low-key guilty, but it almost don't seem like they're kind of remorseful unless that's the third party, because they're being manipulated and being told the same thing you're being told. But somebody's going to experience a heartbreak. Maybe somebody's going to try to break something off or whatever the case may be. But somebody's going to end up being pregnant, or maybe you're pregnant. Somebody drinking their life away. But it's going to be some chaos due to this reckless love and sex that was going on. Somebody with this sex addiction. You don't want to be connected to nobody with a sex addiction. And if that's you, you get a lot of healing that you need to do. You need to go into abstinence and celibacy or something. Somebody is... If you're the person that's experiencing negative things like bad credit, debt, unemployment, and you're a good person, then don't worry, this is going to turn around for you. And for others of you guys, people are wishing like bad credit and debt and unemployment on you. All things is bad, you know. Maybe because they have feelings for somebody and they're like, you know what, no, I want this person, blah, blah, blah. What is going on here? I don't know if I want to repost. I'm not going to save this live and repost this, because this is something that maybe I will, because, you know, how much is your list? How much are my prices? I do many things, readings, mentorships, etc. So if you're talking about a reading, if you want questions, I have $7.77 questions, $25, $35, and $50 readings. But if you can't afford my prices, I accept donations, which is basically anything you're able to afford. For others of you guys, you out here happily single, while people who crossed you, who had certain addictions, toxic lifestyles, you're doing you. You're dating, you're stress-free, you're setting goals, you're career focused. But there were some things that you don't know about to this day that could still be transpiring, or that could have happened in the past. But I feel like you're healing, you're having faith, you're meditating, you're praying, you're in a better space. Attracting this divine masculine who's actually gonna provide some type of awakening or truth to you. Like maybe you're gonna actually come into a connection where there's a true divine masculine. Sure, if you want to get on the list, honey, you just click the link in my bio and you scroll down to payment options. So yeah, for some of you guys, you went through so much in your life, and I feel like you're now attracting this divine masculine who's going to show you different. Because I don't feel like you ever had a divine masculine in your life, and this person, they're going to actually show you what love truly is. I feel like you've experienced loss, endings, but you're coming into a rebirth, change, transformation, even within your love life, your connections, your in its entirety. You got side hustle coming out. Probably got you a little side hustle. Something about the police station could be very significant. Confirm this police station energy. What's this? Yeah, some people can't live in the moment because of the system, the police, the chaotic life that they have and the karma that they're getting. So somebody is getting karma. So if you're wondering why people are going through what they're going through, why they're living these toxic lifestyles, the secrets are going to come to light, by the way. What's done in the dark will come to the light. But yeah, something was very phony. Yeah. So if this was something that happened to you in the past, you're in a better space now. And you need to heal from all of those things because you're having somebody that's going to come in and that's going to love you, right? But I feel like maybe all of this stuff can still be interfering with you, especially since it's coming up in your spread right now. For others of you, you're currently going through this, whether it's you doing it or getting it done to you. So I feel like you guys are going to really have to pay attention to your spiritual gifts. It's time to live in the moment. Somebody's having a hard time with possibly living in the moment, or they're trying to live in the moment. But yeah, the police in people's lives, they going through it. People could be lying about certain things tying to your name, but because you look, that's because they're a jackass. But your spiritual team is not letting anything go unnoticed. Confirm this message, please. What is this? Yeah, step into your power. Okay, Aries energy. You don't deserve any of these things. For others of you guys, it's in the past. It doesn't serve you. Your past does not define you. Okay, but honor your feelings at the end of the day. Okay? The positive ones and the negative ones. Honor your feelings. And I'm also seeing go for it. You're wanting to focus on your career. You're wanting to end that relationship. You're wanting to do something bigger. Whatever it is, go for it. Because your spiritual team is backing you up. All right. What you went through in the past, you may not go through again, especially with this new person. So relax. Okay, calm your mind, your thoughts, and be proud of yourself. All right, Taurus energy could be significant. Cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, Pisces is what I meant to say, but Cancer energy is still significant. All right, yeah, trust the universe. Whatever you need to know, you will know. Whatever's for you, it will be for you. All right, this is a time to forgive. I understand you've been through a lot of things, a lot of hurt, a lot. But triumph is here. Happiness is here. Maybe it just takes forgiving and trusting in the universe and releasing your blockages, your blocks. All right, Scorpio energy. We got assess the situation. Oh, you're not being annoying. So my prices are $7.77 for a question, $25, $35, and $50 for a reading. And then that's when I was saying if you can't afford any of the prices that I named, then that's when donation base is accepted, which is basically anything that you're able to afford. But thank you for your interest. And if you're wanting to know how to pay, you just click the link here in my bio and you scroll all the way down till you see payment options. And I have like 5+ payment options listed, I believe. Any more messages here for the collective? Any more messages here for the collective? Yes, you're very abundant. I'm also seeing that you're going to be creating generational wealth. Ooh, I'm also seeing new friendships, a new love life. Yes, new love. I'm telling you, this is something that's promising. This is secured. Maybe you don't really see this as much because especially everything that you've been through before, the deceit, the secrets and all that. Okay, hon. So maybe that's why you're kind of confused on when it comes to this new love or this new person or this divine energy, because you weren't dealing with divine energy. You were dealing with people who had addictions and toxic lifestyles and people who were just not able to really live and be in a certain space. But no matter what someone has done to you, be your kindest self and forgive, because I promise you, people don't wish to be the most hated person in the world, okay? People just need to heal and they need to forgive, you know? But a lot of times they don't do those things and they become these vile, like these people that are very heinous, you know? But don't allow that to change you and to hinder you and to make you not believe in love again, to wipe away your heart space to where you're no longer in this loving space and giving and receiving. So yeah, angel number 11 is here. We got offers coming in within love and within prosperity. An unemotional and analytical individual could be significant. They could be intellectual. They could be 35 years or older. All right. I'm seeing that you're making progress. You may not see the results right now, but there is progress with the seeds that you've been planting. I'm seeing growth within something. This can even be growth within your finances. You could be making investments, or you're going to soon be doing this, or you're being encouraged to step into this energy. I promise you it's going to really pay off. Maybe this is somebody that you're connected to also within love, whether it's friendship, so platonic, paternal, romantic. It really all depends on who you are. You're also being encouraged to trust in your intuition. But yeah, what's done in the dark will come to the light. The sun and the moon. But that's pretty much the message that I'm seeing. It's a pretty short and straightforward message. Let's get a few more confirmations out here with this deck. Yeah, so a lot of this has just brought forth growth and transcendence into the individual that you're meant to be. Going from lower self to higher self. Past life, past self to present life, new version of yourself. Like, that's really all these experiences are. It's not happening to you before you. Yeah. Some of you guys, it's time. Separation is no longer longing. It's time. Okay, honey. What kind of reading can I do for you? You said you want to do a general. Thank you for your trust and your support. Yeah, we got truth and expression. A lot of these things was just helping you come into your truth. A lot of these things was just helping you express yourself more, especially if you were this timid, quiet individual. You're now this confident, courageous individual, you know? So I feel like it's really, all of it matters, and it's the journey itself that counts. Okay, honey, I'm about to get started on you now. Let me pull a few more messages and we'll close out the collective. Look, see? Awakening. I feel like that's literally what this is. And maybe some of you guys need to go back into your past and realize the past energies, the past people, because maybe you're getting it confused with this new life, with this new journey, with your new self. So if you're connected to a divine masculine and you're a divine feminine, but you may be mistaking them for who your ex was to you, who had like sexual addictions and all this stuff, I'm telling you, They are not the same. You guys are ready to connect. You're ready to come into union. I'm telling you. Separation was longing for some time at first, but now it's no longer that. It's become completely voided. So I feel like you guys are ready. You just need to step into this new beginning. And for those of you guys who are presently going through all of these things, heal, accept, and get yourself out of the cycle, out of the pattern. Because clearly whoever this is, they're not for you. They're disrespecting you. They're hurting you. There's heartbreak here. And for others of you guys, if this is the past, then you're being encouraged to heal all of these things that happened to you, because this is not your new life anymore. That was the past. That happened to you already. It's not going to happen again, because you've learned the lessons. You're planting the seeds. You're making progress. You're coming into a new version of yourself, a new life. But that's the message that I have. Thank you so much for the follow, hun. I do return you guys' energy back to you, and I release my energy back to me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the personal reading, and then I'll be getting off. So if anybody else would like to get on the list, you can just let me know in the chat, or you can go ahead and send in your payment in the link in the bio. All right, hun, let's go ahead and do you a general. Let's see. Personal. So if you're wanting questions, $7.77. If you're wanting a reading, and I have $25, $35, and $35 readings. But if you can't afford my prices, then donations are accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford. Okay, ready? Okay, good, honey. Cleansing the energy within and around me. I return to Okay, would you like me to go based off your name or your note-taking L's? Would you like me to go based off of that or your actual name, honey? Tyler. Okay, hi, Tyler. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty. Alright, so the team, I would like to focus in on Tyler's energy with like a general message, whatever comes out. Please don't allow me to get in the way of this message. My own personal energy. What is the message here for Tyler? What is the message here? What is the message here for Tyler? What is the message here for Tyler? Nature could be very significant for you. I don't know if you ground yourself a lot. I don't know if you're an earth sign. Physicality. Can I have messages for Tyler, please? What is the message here for Tyler? Oh, okay. So you're being encouraged to ground, Tyler. Get into nature. I like to take walks on trail by water. Okay, that's nice. You're a Pisces. And it's funny. Okay, this is not Pisces energy. This is Gemini. I was going to say it's funny because Pisces came out. But okay, the last quarter moon in Gemini is coming out, and your general message will be clearing your mind. On the back, we have lighten up. So maybe your mind gets in the way of your emotions, which gets in the way of your life. Because if you're not feeling well in life mentally or emotionally, then you may not be. You're a Gemini rising. Okay. So you're being encouraged to clear your mind, Tyler. What else? What else here for Tyler? Okay, you're also being encouraged to push through any insecurity that you have. Know that a lot of these things are just illusions. A lot of these things that are coming up within you is just so you can focus in on them and heal from them. Okay, I feel like certain insecurities may come about. You said your Pisces Cancerian energy came out. The first quarter moon in Cancer. Okay, anything else? Maybe certain thoughts try to come into your mind that could be very fear-based, limiting, negative. Maybe it can cause insecurities, or maybe you have some type of insecurities. So you're being encouraged to also think it through, right? If something comes up, you don't have to attach yourself to it, just observe it. If something comes up in your mind like, oh, they're not being good to me, they're doing something that's deceitful. A lot of times it could just be insecurities. A lot of times it could just be unhealed trauma, right? I'm not saying that you may not be right in what you're saying, because by all means, if your intuition is telling you something, then take that into account. But sometimes it could be your own fears, your own unhealed trauma, your own insecurities. Okay, now when think it through, this could tie to what we're already talking about, but it also can have its own separate message. So you're just being encouraged to not rush into something, especially when it comes to your thoughts. Like if you have a plan, like just make a plan, think things through. Now, if this is talking about what we were just talking about with the clear your mind and push through any insecurity, whatever comes up in your mind, once again, don't attach to it, just observe it. Okay, it's there. I'm not going to cling to it. I'm not going to instantly believe it. I'm just going to acknowledge it and, be more positive. Think something more through. Like maybe that's not the case, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, Tyler, you're being encouraged to ground yourself more, to maybe even do certain things for your physical vessel and body, like, exercising, yoga, and also things for the mind as well. So the physical body and the mind. All right, meditations, journaling. You like going out for walks by, the river or the lake. That would be really good to do. That can really bring some type of peace. But at the end of the day, you can do all of these things, which can help tremendously. But at the end of the day, if you still have these negative thoughts that get to you, or certain insecurities that get to you, then it's going to be very challenging. Okay? Yes. So I feel like you need to make that more of a priority. Like maybe you need to create a routine to where you're doing this, because I feel like this is how your relationship with yourself can be better. Like things outside of yourself, your whole life externally could be better, because of course, where there's inner peace, it can reflect on the outside world. Therefore, you're going to have a carefree life. So let's get our personal garden watered, okay? Yeah, because you could have been like having this new beginning. I don't know if you already started on some type of new beginning. Oh, you're being encouraged to start. It says take inspired action. So whenever you're feeling like I want to journal, then journal. Whenever you're feeling like I want to go on a walk, then go on a walk. Okay? Whenever you're feeling like, I want a new career, then just go for it. Take inspired action. And if you want more context on what inspired action is, you can just, sit with yourself, meditate on it, because you know all things subconsciously. Or you can do what everybody else be doing, Googling it. What is inspired action? And it'll give you a little bit of insight. Please have more messages for Tyler. So Pisces, I'm sorry, you're a Pisces. Gemini, Cancer, and Virgo energy is very significant. Yeah. Third eye, clarity. Maybe you could be avoiding maybe you could be avoiding your intuition. Maybe your intuition is trying to tell you something. Like your body is trying to tell you something. Your spirit is trying to tell you something. And maybe you just tend to like push it to the side, or you probably say, oh, well, it's probably not that bad, or it's probably, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, because the third eye came out, which ties to clarity, and avoidance came out, which ties to stalemate. So I feel like something is keeping you in a stuck or a stale, like stagnant energy, because it's something that you're not facing or probably seeing clearly. And maybe it's because you got so much clutter in your mind. So this is going to be really important for you to do. So I feel like if you give yourself at least 3 weeks straight, because you know when we tend to do something 3 weeks straight, our mind, our body, and soul starts to get into alignment with that. Doing something just one good time, it's not going to really bring anything to you. So you practice makes perfect, like we were talking about in the collective earlier. So maybe doing certain things like chakra work within your third eye, going on those nature walks, releasing ego, asking for assistance from your spiritual guides. Sometimes we tend to lose faith. Sometimes we probably don't believe in all of that. So I really don't know if you believe in ancestors or spirit guides, but if you do, you're being encouraged to ask for their assistance. Like whatever you want, ask for it. Okay? Find a balance as well. I don't know if you do so many things to where you can't really, to maybe you do so many things that takes away, like say for instance, instead of really living your life and operating to where you're focusing on the things that needs to be focused on, instead other things probably has your attention, and maybe even on purpose. Like instead we choose to get on the game instead of journaling, right? Which is nothing wrong with entertainment, but I don't know why I'm thinking the word negate. Don't neglect. Do not neglect yourself, your mind, your body, your soul. Because I promise you, this is going to interfere with a lot of things that you probably feel like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Next thing, your money is probably not going to be where it could be. Your relationships with yourself and with others is probably not going to be where it needs. All simply because of this. Which you, once again, sometimes we're like, how does that relate? And I'm telling you now, it relates tremendously. Okay? Yes. Yes, so you're still suffering from something from your past. You are still suffering from something. You may not be facing it. You may be avoiding it. Or it may be something that you're not focusing on too much, because sometimes we avoid things purposely. Sometimes we unintentionally avoid things. I'm sure you know which one applies to you. Okay? Third eye. Yes, this is most definitely talking about clarity within love as well. So you're also encouraged to do some inner child healing, because a lot of times we operate in the space that we operate in today is because of what we've experienced when we were younger, from our parents, from society, okay? And maybe we didn't know how to be there for ourselves because we didn't really learn that. So I feel like you know what to do, what to give yourself, but I feel like it has to be something that's nurturing you, mind, body, and soul-wise. Giving yourself the love that you never received, giving yourself the enlightenment, focusing on the things that you know you need to focus on so you can move forward in life in a more energy that attracts to where you're attracting things, right, to your life, especially things that you want, like happiness, fulfillment. Like, who don't want those things, right? I don't know if you're not really focusing on love like that, but because the Venus offer had came out kind of like in a challenging position, like sideways instead of upright or reverse. And maybe this is only happening because you had to, yeah. Maybe this is only happening like you separating from certain people, you separating from this space of love from other individuals, which is still needed. Okay, humans deserve to be loved. They deserve to have friendships, healthy relationships. But maybe before you get into those type of connections, because you may still have the potential of attracting people that are not for you just because of the energy that you're currently in. Sometimes that happens, okay? So maybe this is all for a reason. But while you're experiencing this, you have to actually do like certain work to get you out of a certain energy, you know? So you could be kind of like pulling away from this, but you have to actively do certain things to help you. Like, let me just speak words, okay? You may be separating yourself from love, right? This is an example, unless you're experiencing this. But while you're separating yourself from love, eventually love is going to come around again. But if the work is not done to be in healthier relationships with yourself and with others, then you're just going to come back into another connection to where you literally have to do the same thing over and disconnect from it again. So in whatever you're disconnecting from, it's like, what? Finding balance, fairness, decisions. You have to make certain choices in your life. You are also the creator of your life. So if you're taking a break from love, then make sure you're pouring into yourself, self-love. If you're taking a break from extending out love offers and receiving them, then get yourself in the energy to where you're in a healthy place to attract love for when you're ready for it to come in. Okay? I feel like right now this is a time to focus on you. You could be very intuitive. I feel like you love very deeply. And I know you're going to attract somebody who can match your energy. But there's just certain things you got to face right now, Tyler. You got to push through the insecurities. You got to clear your mind. You got to think certain things through. You got to take inspired action. You got to get out into nature and heal your mind, body, and soul. You got to ground yourself, ground your energy. Like I told you, meditation can help. The nature walks can help. Getting some of that vitamin D, the sun. Because honestly, your person, which is you, your vessel, you're experiencing some type of lack within self. Maybe you feel like you lack in certain areas, or maybe your energy is kind of lacking because of the space that you're in right now, right? And I feel like that's because of the past. You're suffering from things that happened in the past. But we're no longer living there, remember? We talked about that earlier. I don't know if I said that in my other collective or in the collective that I just did. But we can't go back to the past, honey. So it's only right that you heal from it, or you're going to constantly, 2026 is going to come, 2027, 2030. And you're still going to probably be in this avoidant, stagnant, dodging love offers, or not really being accessible to love or giving it. That's not how your life is supposed to be. You're supposed to be happy. There's not supposed to be any insecurities attached to you. But be gentle with yourself. Some things are easier said than done, but it can happen, especially if you take a methodical approach to get there. Okay? So find a balance. I know some people, we fixate so hard on trying to heal, and we just start burning ourselves out from trying to do certain things. So just find a balance. Find a balance mind, body, and soul wise, right? And you can also throw in some relaxation, because life is not all about hard work, do this, do that. So what can you do for your mind, your body, and your soul? We talked about it already. Create that balance in your life. Create a routine in your life. In the mornings, you can start off with your positive affirmations. Don't look at your phone at all. I know what helped me get into this energy of being more motivated and ready for the day. Whenever I woke up, I didn't go to the restroom. I didn't look at my phone. I instantly went outside. And I only know that this is able to happen because I remember I was doing laundry and I fell asleep. So when I fell asleep doing laundry, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope my clothes is not smelling like mildew or whatever. So I instantly, like when I woke up and I noticed that I went to sleep, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I instantly went outside, and it was a beautiful day. I couldn't even really see as clearly. You know how you wake up and you can't really, especially if the sun in your face, one of those. So I went outside and But it all mattered, because when I went to go check on my clothes and I realized they weren't even mildewed, I went back in the house, and it's like all of a sudden I just started feeling more ready for the day. I wasn't slacking, I wasn't procrastinating, I wasn't avoiding certain things that I knew that I needed to do last week, the week after, the week before. So I feel like you should really create a plan. You should set your intentions for the day. Maybe even saying certain things. And I don't know if you pray or anything like that. You don't have to be religious to pray, because words are very powerful. So praying over yourself, praying for how the next day is going to go can really help. And when you wake up, doing those positive affirmations, I like to say affirmations in the mirror. This can help shift your mind. This can help shift a lot of things. So I feel like positive affirmations will really help for you. And once again, you can shift it around. You can do things differently. One day you can focus on meditation. The other day you can focus on journaling. Or you can add all of those things together and just give like increments. Because at least you're still doing. It's better than not doing it at all. That's the download that I ended up having like a few months or years ago. Like, it's better to do it than to not do it at all. And you don't have to overexert yourself. You can even do increments. Whether it's, I'm gonna do 5 minutes of journaling and 10 minutes of meditation, and I'm gonna go on a 10-minute walk. Like, you don't have to, okay, 30 minutes this, an hour this, because sometimes it's a bit unrealistic for a lot of us who don't really do that on the norm anyway, and who's kind of already going through a lot of things mentally and emotionally. So just make it work for yourself. But at the end of the day, find some type of balance, because I don't know how your life is. A lot of people, they're busy, they have kids, they whatever the case may be, but you are also the co-creator of your life. In the universe, they're working with you, not against you. They want you to have this serene life and everything like that. So know that these things can happen for you. Libra energy is coming out here. I feel like you did need to separate from a lot of things, because you need to get back one with self, like how you were when you were a kid, confident, outspoken, outgoing. Okay. I feel like you are on the right path, though. I feel like just certain things are possibly happening in your life to kind of bring you out of this darkness. And I don't know if you realize certain things just yet, because sometimes we are our worst critics. Sometimes we can't tell if we're experiencing a new beginning because we're all in our head, or sometimes we can't tell if we're making progress because, like I said, we're our worst critics. But I honestly feel like you are wanting best for yourself and you're doing as best as you can. But whenever there's a little more effort that can be put in somewhere, a little bit, a shift of something, then why not, And once again, ask your spiritual team for help, for guidance, whatever it is. If you want to ask your spiritual team to make something more clear to you, ask it. If you want to ask your spiritual team to help you with something, ask. Just ask. I promise you, you're going to receive answers. You're going to get, I'm telling you. So if you have to pay attention to angel numbers, if you have to, once again, clear your mind to receive, especially if you're clairvoyance, I believe. You get these certain thoughts and everything, but how are you going to really be able to operate in your gifts if there's cloudy judgment, or if there's a chaotic mind, or so I feel like you're going to be doing yourself justice by doing these things, your mind, body, and your soul, and your life in its entirety, because when you water your personal garden, it's going to reflect on the outside world. And you're going to be so surprised, I'm telling you. So let's see what the tarot has to say, and we can get you some crystals. I don't know if you wear crystals, but I'll get you some crystal messages. Yeah. Maybe love, whether it was in the form of romanticism, paternal, platonic. I feel like that did do you, I feel like it did a number on you for sure. So the reason why you're in this certain space today is because of the past. I know I said this already, just trying to summarize it on up. But you're ready. I honestly see that you're ready. There's something about this fiery energy that surrounds you. And maybe it could tie to the inspired action we were talking about. So yeah, maybe you just got pushed into avoiding certain things. avoiding people, places, things, healing even. Like, it really all depends. Avoiding love. Yeah. And maybe even what you went through has caused you to kind of see things differently, and it started interfering with your third eye, which is not good, honey. But the wheel is turning in your favor. This is a lucky card. So despite everything that you've been through, I don't know if you feel lucky, but there are some lucky changes that are going to be happening. Right. And I feel like with you saying, I'm just not even thinking about it, it could literally be avoiding. Sometimes we can't really tell until somebody probably calls it out, and then we'll probably think, sit on it for a day, or literally be avoiding. Sometimes we can't really tell until somebody probably calls it out, and then we'll probably think, sit on it for a day or two, and be like, man. But don't worry, I feel like the things that you've experienced in your life, it was all a part of the plan, especially because we have free will, you know? I remember I used to be so like, oh my gosh, this happened to me. I was so tormented, confused, lost, hurt. And I realized, well, if I knew better, I probably would have made different choices. So now I know better. Say that again, it froze. I was saying that sometimes we don't even know when we're avoiding certain things. And a lot of things that you went through, it was just destiny. It was fate, especially because of your own free will that you have. And I feel like there's also greatness that's fated for you. But first, you got to get yourself out of this bump in the road. Okay, I feel like there's going to be lucky changes happening, but I feel like you're also going to be the one to have to navigate this as well. Like, your spiritual team is doing what they can, but I feel like you also have to do certain things, which is just the basics, you know, to like heal. And to heal is to reflect over what you've been through, accept that it happened, and to forgive those involved, even if it's yourself. Because I promise you, the people who hurt you, whether it was your own parents, friends, society, lovers, I promise you, they were not hurting you on purpose. Hurt people hurt people. And I'm not validating anything, but don't allow this to change who you are. This stuff has literally hindered who you are today. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's still taking a toll on you. Now, I feel like your spiritual team is like, it's normal. Your ancestors is like, yeah, we've been here before. That happened to us as well. But I feel like they're trying to push you in a better energy, in a better space. But of course, you are your own person. And sometimes we don't hear clearly, see clearly. So you have to like take certain steps in order to get into this space, right? But I feel like regardless, something is fated for you. And I feel like it's an amazing life. This may be something that's right around the corner. A blink of an eye, especially if you just shift how you think, you give yourself enlightenment on the things that you've been through. It's not happening to me, before me, especially with my own free will. But now, Jonesy, you can look at it like, I won't make these same choices that I made before, but don't go and avoid things, you know? That just shows you're still unhealed. A lesson hasn't fully been learned. And you're also alienating yourself from things that you deserve. I don't feel like you're meant to be alone. I don't feel like anybody is really meant to be alone. I feel like it's mainly our choices, you know? So be mindful of the choices that you're making. Sometimes we're not consciously aware, and we're so hurt, and we're thinking, you know, I'm doing myself justice. But in reality, we could be giving ourselves karma. People who are alone, they don't have to be alone. They're choosing to be because they are scared of getting hurt again. They're scared of taking a risk. They're scared, you know? But if you would have never experienced what you've experienced before, you would have took those risks. You would have did all those things like you already done. But since you've seen that it had a negative outcome, that's what changes everything. Like if a person, they realize that they get in a relationship that they can be cheated on. We didn't know that. And now you know because you've experienced it. But now that can cause you to have certain insecurities. That can cause you to not want to even be in love, not even believe in it anymore, you know? So whatever you went through in your life, honey, it was just It's all a part of the plan. And like I told you before, I don't know if it froze, but we have free will. But know that you will never make those same choices that you've done before. Know that you are very, very intuitive. You're Pisces, very intuitive, have very deep emotions as well. So I honestly believe that you won't allow yourself to attract or be in any other situation that you were in before. It could be possible. It could be possible. But honestly, I don't feel like it could really ever happen again. If you just connect with your third eye, heal your third eye, like make sure you do some third eye chakra work and some heart chakra work. I feel like you're a natural, deep feeling individual, but it doesn't hurt to still do, you know, some heart chakra work. And while you're at it, you can do all forms of chakra healing. There's several chakras, but the main ones that are coming out is the third eye. So maybe your vision has been, yeah, look, 7 of Cups, ties to illusions. You probably don't know what's real, what's real, what's fake, what you should indulge in, what you shouldn't indulge in, because it all probably looks the same. But I promise you, it's not. It's kind of like mistaking a divine connection for a karmic connection. I'm telling you. Look, wow, the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. So when you say you actually not thinking about it, you right. Because this Knight of Cups energy could be you or it could be somebody else. But I'm going to look at it as it's you. The Knight of Cups usually ties to a romantic offer. The Knight on a mission of love, emotions, creativity. You need to get into some into creativity. Whether you're feeding your inner child by coloring, drawing, or whether you're getting into painting, just something creative. Maybe that's why you're also in your own energy, because a lot of times if we're around everybody else, you know, energy is very contagious. You can start acting like others, thinking like others, doing what others do, not really fully in who you truly are. So take this time to get to know yourself more, to enjoy life alone. You're never alone, but to enjoy life, you know, by yourself, and to get to know yourself more, because you've been around people your whole life. Society is strangers. And now since you're actually in this space to where you are, being in, you know, your own space, then take advantage of that and actually promote some type of growth and change. Don't just be in this energy while still suffering from the past and still, you know, having insecurity. Like, no, work through these things so you can actually change your reality. I have doing it more. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, King of Cups is here. This can tie to a mentor, a teacher, someone with good advice. And this can even be your energy. So I don't know if you know someone that's 35 years or older, or if you're going to be encouraged to connect with a mentor who you can trust emotionally, etc. Or like I said, maybe this is you, the emotional, intelligent individual. Yeah, work through your feelings, honey. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, work through them, or it's going to still be there. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I promise you. Just take a look at your grandparents, your parents, like people who haven't broken generational curses, right? If they haven't broken them. Like, people can stay stuck, avoiding things, dodging love, not being in the best energy themselves when it comes to love. I'm telling you, we don't want this to be you, because you weren't destined to be this type of person. And you're not this type of person. And I don't feel like, no matter what you went through and the energy that you're in now, I don't feel like your life will be the same, regardless of how your past went and how your present is going. I feel like you're gonna make it out of this. But since we know that this is destined to happen, that it's going to happen, it doesn't mean just still sit and, you know, dwell or suffer. Okay? I'll get you some messages from your spirit team. Well, I mainly was getting called to pull you some of these stress less cards and some crystals. But you can tell me which one you rather me choose for you. Would you want to do... There's so many decks that I can choose from for you, especially the positive affirmations, the self-care deck, the spirit messages, the crystals, the angel numbers, or the stress less cards. It's so many, but which one do you feel more called to receive? And I love your name, no taking L's. You never took an L in your life. I don't care what happened. Those L's were just lessons, okay? Blessings in disguise that were bringing you into the person that you were meant to be. Because like I said, a lot of times we were raised by certain people, right? But a lot of times we also had to teach ourselves, because it was some things that we did not learn, that our parents didn't teach us, you know, how to love ourselves, what was to come in the world. We were quite surprised and quite hurt. All right, Tyler. It says, give your scalp a rub. It's reminding me of the crown chakra and of your temple. Like, you can even do some of this. And I love that, because we were already talking about the mind. So it says, give your scalp a rub. Rub your entire scalp with your fingers. You can close your eyes and let the relaxing good feelings slide through your whole body. This exercise is better with a friend because of the oxytocin hormone related to another person's touch. So maybe instead of you rubbing your own head, maybe allowing a masseuse, or maybe if you are connected with people, a trusted friend or something like that, maybe you can have them do it. So yeah, stress can cause pressure to the scalp and head area. By relaxing these think areas, you will feel more relaxed and nice. Okay. And we also have feel your body on the back. So I'll read this and I'll dive into a different deck for you. It says, close your eyes and feel your body. Just feel it. Don't do anything special. Concentrate on different parts of your body, the soles of your feet, your thighs, your stomach, your diaphragm, your lungs, your back, neck, face, and head. Give each part of your body attention as you stop there. Okay? Use 5 to 10 minutes for your whole body. When you pay attention to yourself and the feelings in your body, it's a bit like giving water to a flower. When you listen to the needs of your body, you can respond to them easier. I love that. So, of course, there's many more messages to give you with these. We're going to keep it at, you know, those two. And be mindful, if you ever want to come back to this reading, I am going to be uploading this collective to my live. So whenever it saves, I'll upload it. So if you want to just get a reminder of it, you can look for it. All right, I'm gonna give you some crystal messages. Now, be mindful, since the world is so magical and spiritual, right? You can siphon the energy of the crystals by literally from afar. You don't have to have the literal crystal. You can literally set your intentions and say, I'm ciphering the energy of what this crystal, of the benefits of this crystal. Okay, so either you can get the real crystals, you can do that, or you can just take the message that comes with it. So let's go ahead and see. What is the message here for Tyler? What crystals are really significant? Okay. All right, so only this one came out, so of course I'm going to read the one on the back of the deck for you. So this is the peridot crystal. Okay. Now, who needs it? Brooders, okay? Anyone dreading those long winter nights. I don't know if you stay anywhere in the winter or where it's really cold at, but where do you put this crystal? Wherever you give chase, okay, to love, money, power, joy. Whatever it is that you chase, whatever it is that you want to attract, whatever the case may be, that's where you put it. Okay, so you want to put it on money, you want to put it on your heart space. That's how you know, that's where love happens, or how you attract love anyway. So you can put it on your heart space. You can put it on things that brings you joy. Take it how it resonates for you, because we all interpret things in a different way. I'm a messenger, you're a messenger, and that's pretty much how I got the energy. But whatever resonates for you, please, by all means, go with that. So when do you use this peridot crystal, honey? When you're not applying yourself, okay? Success isn't something to be afraid of. You have permission to go for it. Power up with the peridot and enjoy the ride. So this is really going to help you apply yourself more. All right, there's no need to be afraid of success. I always heard that term and I never really quite understood it, but this helps you magnetize your motivation. Okay, so this crystal will really help you magnetize your motivation, so you can bring it with you on the go when you're doing things that make you feel joy. Oh, I forgot to read the one on the back. Okay. This is the Chrysocolla crystal. I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, but if I am, I'm going to read the letters aloud to you. It's spelled CHRYSOCOLLA. All right, and this helps you be your own mama. I don't know if you have mother wounds. If you do, you're going to really need to heal those mother-father wounds, okay? Which also a lot of times our paternal connections can actually interfere with our romantic connections. A lot of times we are how we are in romantic connections, or even regardless of our relationships, it's because the relationships we had with our parents, whether they were emotionally unavailable or whatever the case may be, okay, honey? So who needs it? Anyone entangled in the 24/7 fear cycle, okay? Propagated by the political media complex. Those who can never find the right words, okay? If that did not make sense, honey, let me know. I will reread it. But basically, anyone who can never find the right words, anyone that's entangled in a 24/7 fear cycle, okay, whether it's politics or whatever, whatever, okay? So where do you put this crystal? You hold it to your high heart and breathe. Hold it to your high heart and breathe, okay? When do you use this crystal? When you feel small and vulnerable and are looking for someone to parent you, but then you remember that you are grown up. But it's cool because you totally got this, okay? You totally got this, Tyler. So whenever you're needing that, yeah, you really got to do some inner child healing, heal your mother-father wounds, and to be that parent that you never really had, you know? And once again, honey, there's always many, many messages to give you with these crystals. I'll pull one more, but we're going to keep it at this, okay? We got the moonstone, okay? The moonstone helps you find your natural rhythm, all right? Which makes sense because we were talking about finding balance. So when to use this crystal? Under a new moon, okay? There are certain apps that you can, you know, look at, like Time Passages. I can't even think of the other app, but there's many. It tells you what moon phase we're in, what the sun, moon, etc., what planets are currently going on. Like, oh, it's a sun in Aries today, it's a moon in Pisces today, or whatever the case may be, you know, to really help you sync with the moon or know what moon phases are going on, okay? So maybe getting into astrology more, numerology, which is your angel numbers for numerology. But yeah, under a new moon is when you use this, okay? Use it to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. Under a full moon, moonstone belongs in the bedroom or wherever you get down, okay? And they say wherever you get down, as in sex life. Excuse my language. I don't know if you're active. You don't have to tell me, honey. But when there's a full moon going on, and you're wanting to use this moonstone, wherever it is that you get down, okay, you're gonna want it, put it in the bedroom, wherever that space may be, okay? But when it comes to your new moon, you're gonna use this to set your intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling, okay, as we said earlier. And where are you going to put it when it comes to this? You're going to put it on your bedside table, if you have one, okay, honey? In your overnight bag with your passport and eye mask, okay? These cards are made by human beings, so all these words that I'm saying, they're on here, literally. So who needs this? All you earth goddesses out there, and the people you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition. So maybe you attract certain people, or you're around certain people who need to work more on their own empathy and patience and intuition. So this will be really good to carry when you're around those certain people. And I feel like you're some type of earth goddess. Okay. And you're a male, so it's gender fluid. Okay. When I say I'm with you, I'm going to say God. Okay. You could be some type of earth god. Maybe you're an emperor energy. Maybe you're a light worker, earth angel, which is the same thing as a light worker. And I feel like that's probably why nature and grounded energy was coming out, especially you being a Pisces, someone who's very deep emotioned, intuitive. So it makes sense why you would get certain things. And once again, honey, a lot of cards can come out for you. I'm sure almost the whole deck will be able to come out, but we're going to keep it at that, okay? Last but not least, I'm going to use these 2 decks, which is the angel number deck and which is messages from your spiritual team, and we're going to wrap it up. All right, and then I don't know why that stuck with me, like wrapping it up. Okay, if you know what I mean, okay? Maybe getting into abstinence or celibacy could really help you as well, especially because we got to protect our hearts. We have these huge hearts, and sometimes we attract the wrong people, So we don't want to be getting soul ties. We don't want to be getting too attached, So like I said before, it's good for you to be in this separation period from all of that. Okay, that's good. Because a lot of times that takes away, it distracts us. I remember I was in abstinence for like 3 years. It was like a mind thing. And it literally helped me so much. It helped me so much. All right. Any messages for Tyler from his spiritual team? Any messages for Tyler from his spiritual team? All right. On the back of the deck, whenever you talk to us, it never goes unheard. We hear every single word. This is your confirmation that we are assisting you, guiding you, and ensuring your wishes finally come to fruition. Be patient. Everything will come together for you, Tyler. Okay? All right. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself why you are still there. Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. Okay? Yes. Now, last but not least, when there are questions you need assistance with, go inward. Okay? So introspection will be really good for you. Reflecting. All right? Sit with yourself. Meditate on the question. Ask for our help also. Like, Spirit, please help me see this clearly. Please help me understand. Please help, whatever it is, be concise in what you're saying, okay? Then trust your intuition, as most often the answer and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. Like I said, you're most definitely clairvoyant, all right? We're with you always. So like sharpening up yourself is going to sharpen up your skills. It's going to help you be more connected to your gifts, because your gifts are already powerful and they're already activated, right? It's just really us who don't really connect with them as much, we probably don't believe in it. We probably got a lot going on up here. We probably don't know our gifts. So this is really a personal journey for you for sure. So just continue to dive deep. I don't know if you're a spiritual person, but you don't have to go the route everybody tells you to. I know that was something that made me stuck on my journey. When I thought spirituality was like similar to religion. Like it had rules. It had specific standards that you have to, abide by, or whatever the case may be. But in reality, it's just an inner practice, okay? Now, any more messages for Tyler? Tyler, I do hope this message helped. If you feel any dissatisfaction or anything from it, please let me know, hon. Okay? All right. Of course, there's many more messages to get from these angel numbers, but we're going to keep it at these 3. So the angel number 2 is going to be very significant for you. You could be seeing 2s a lot. All right. We got the angel number 23 here. Maybe Jordans. I thought of Jordans. I don't know why. Maybe basketball or the shoe or something. Designer stuff could be significant. When you add the number 2 and 3 together, it makes the number 5, which is talks about change. All right. And in tarot, if we're talking about tarot and we're not talking about numerology, it ties to a lot of problems and not enough answers. But with the sixes coming out, which ties to the solutions to the problems and everything, and it's funny that I'm saying that because duality here, balance for the number 2. I feel like everything is going to come together. Even when you're experiencing the toughest time in your life, little do you know that there's already a solution that's formed. It's just up to you to realize it or to see it. I'm so glad it helped, honey. All right, so with the number 2, you also get a mantra or an affirmation that you can say. It says, I am diplomatic, because you are. Okay, crazy. I was just looking at my post, my MJ poster in LeBron jersey. Wow. Wow. See, little do we know, it's always something that our spiritual team is like sending us messages through, or your higher self. Okay. So synchronicities are very huge. Like, little do you know. So it says you have great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allows you to see all sides of any situation and advise others. Oh, I'm sorry, not advise. Oh wait, it is advise. Sorry about that. I'm gonna read it over. So you have great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. That's why it says I am diplomatic. Like, you literally are. And to embody this energy more, or to believe that this is who you are even more, because sometimes your mind can play tricks on you, just say I am diplomatic. Okay? Even if you have to say it 3 times, even if you have to say it in the mirror. All right? And the best thing about it, you don't even have to believe what you're saying, because that's the point of doing the affirmations. It's mainly for people who don't really believe in this. So when you speak it, it helps your mind, start believing in it. And 3 people in here right now. Crazy. Okay, so that was that one. And then with the number 23 here, it says you have a zest for life. And I feel like you're really important to the world. Okay, exactly. Isn't that something? You're really important to the world. And I feel like you have this huge purpose. Now, I don't want to put the weight of the world all on your shoulders. Okay. Because at the end of the day, before we tend to anybody outside of ourselves, we have to make sure we're good within, because you could be this teacher, this mentor that's really emotionally intelligent, or you're building up these things to help you be more in a healthy space for yourself and for others. I kind of lost my train of thought, honey. I'm not even going to lie to you. But I feel like you have this huge purpose, right? Oh, that's what I was saying. I wasn't going to put the weight of the world on your shoulders. So this doesn't have to scare you, and you don't have to self-sacrifice yourself to be in this space. Get yourself together, and I promise you'll be living the life that you could have ever fathomed, that you could have ever dreamt of. Okay, water your personal garden, have faith. Okay, this is a time of I'm telling you, you have good fortune. Like, I don't know if you've been feeling lucky lately, or if something lucky has happened to you. If it didn't, it's going to be. I'm telling you now, you got the Wheel of Fortune coming out. But there's a lot of change going on. There's cycles. But the wheel is turning in your favor. Okay? So it says, you have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. Okay? Don't forget that. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. So if you kind of feel disconnected from this energy, then that means you're kind of disconnected from yourself. Because honestly, this is you. You're adventurous. It says, I am adventurous. It makes sense how you go on those walks in nature and everything as well. Okay, now 666. It's not a devil energy. I know sometimes when you grow up religion, you see this, you get a little scared, but it's not like that at all. Okay, now this is basically a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. Because the insecurities and all these other things is kind of low vibration energy. It kind of brings your spirit and your energy down. Okay, so remember I was telling you, like, give yourself enlightenment. This is going to really help you. Like, instead of feeling like looking at yourself as the victim, like, I went through this, I went through that, I'm sad, I'm hurt, you can look at it like, You were in control of your life at the end of the day. You made the choices that you made at the end of the day. Like, just give yourself enlightenment. And if it comes to people outside of yourself, you can just say, it's not happening to me. But for me, these people, they literally did not mean to hurt me. If they were capable of being a better person to me, they would have, you know? So it helps you not really blame others, not really take to heart what was done to you, okay? It says, I am centered, okay? So that's pretty much the messages that I'm seeing for you, honey. Okay. Let's see. I'll pull you these last messages from your angels. It says, let go. Okay? So let go, Tyler. Let go. Enjoy life. Whatever happened in the past is in the past. It will never happen again, especially because you won't allow it to. But don't alienate yourself from love. Don't alienate yourself from friendships. Don't alienate yourself from adventuring out and exploring the world and doing this and doing. Don't allow your past to interfere with your present, which is going to interfere with your future. You have I'm telling you, a bright future ahead of you. But you cannot be stuck in the past. Your spiritual team, they're with you wherever you go in your space, and they want you to talk to them. They want you to call out to them. They want you to ask for help, whatever it is, okay? So let go, honey. Clear your mind. Think it through. Push through any insecurity. Take inspired action, okay? Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, your own Pisces energy is very significant. Aries is very significant, okay? Any last messages here for Tyler? Any last messages here? I'm also seeing something about your spirit animal could be very significant. I don't know if you're into that type of stuff. Lions could be significant. Wolves. These have very symbolic meanings, okay? Any last messages here for Tyler? It said no. So that's the message, honey. You're an Aries moon. I'm an Aries moon as well, okay? There's opportunity all around you, hon. Remember, you are the creator of your life. Okay? Whatever you want your world to be, manifest that into your world. Do your positive affirmations. Get your Sunny D. Go on your walks. And like I said, if this becomes draining, if that means that you need to reassess. Maybe you're doing something too much. Okay? And maybe you need to break things down. Do them one at a time. Skip a day if you would like. Okay? All right, honey. Look, meditation brings answers. So that's pretty much what I have for you, Tyler. It was fun, enjoyable, you know, to do a reading for you. I'm glad it helped. And if you don't follow me, don't forget to follow me if you want. I got a lion's head on my arm. Wow. So maybe lions could call out to you. It could be really... Oh, I think you did follow me. I thanked you earlier for the follow. Okay, Tyler, well, I won't hold you up any longer, honey. And remind you, I will be saving this video. TikTok, sometimes it takes time to save. So whenever they save my video, I'll upload it to my YouTube. You can find my YouTube in the link in the bio, and you can always come back to this message. All right, but you're so welcome, honey. I thank you as well, and I return your energy back to you with love, light, and all things grand. I do wish you the absolute best. Okay, you got this, and take care, honey. Take care, honey. All right, if you guys would like to get on the list before I get off of here, please let me know in the chat. If not, I'm gonna be going ahead and ending the live. Thank you guys for coming on and liking the live, gifting. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video or in the next live. And then I end the live before you could get on the list. You can just message me. Everybody is able to message me. Okay, you don't have to wait for me to accept a request or any of those things. And also, if you want to know more about my life coaching, mentorships, I also do these type of things for children. It's much more cheaper for children because, you know, children are for the future. We're for the future. Because if people did the same things, and I'm not saying adults, y'all are less than the kids or anything like that. Of course not. But I'm just saying, wish we had a lot of us around, you know, when we were kids. It would really have helped the world. So if you want to know more about my services. I have a website. If you want to leave a review, you can also leave your reviews on my website. Okay, but yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.